Right, good evening everybody and welcome to our live information event for the Dudley College of Technology Engineering and Manufacturing Academy 2020. Usually this event would be happening in the college tonight and you'd be able to see everybody and we'd be able to meet, but obviously due to current restrictions we're doing this virtually via Microsoft Teams. Hopefully you've all been able to join us okay. If during the event your internet does drop out, don't worry, you can come and rejoin us just following the link that you joined to get here. This session is also been recorded and we've made available on the Dudley College website in a couple of days' time. So if you do need to go off anywhere or your internet does drop out, please don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to come back and join us during the event. And there is a Q&A session in there, so if you look on your screen you should see something that looks a little bit like a post-it note with a question mark on it. That will allow you to submit a question to us. Now those questions will come through to myself, Emily, the moderator, and they do come through anonymously. So what I will ask is if you want to submit a question, do it by all means, but put your name in there as well, just so that we know who it is that we're answering. So on the panel tonight, we've got 4 of my colleagues and you'll hear from them shortly. The first lady you'll meet is Georgina Barnard. She's the Managing Director of the Black Country Marches Institute of Technology. And we then got Ian Cole, who is the Engineering and Advanced Manufacturing Business Manager. We've got Amy Kaur, who many of you will have spoken to Amy already. Amy is our Employment Officer who looks after the engineering sector. She's also our Academy Coordinator. And then the last of my colleagues you'll hear from is Tammy Haycock, who is our Inclusion Manager within the college. So without further ado, I will pass you over to Georgina, where she will introduce the event.
Hello, good evening everyone. Thank you very much for your interest in joining our Engineering Academy and we look forward to welcoming you to college very soon. Last year we had a very successful Engineering Academy. We had 29 learners that joined us last year, in the summer of last year after leaving school. Here's a picture of them all looking very smart in their Academy polo shirts and their steel toe cap shoes, which were provided by the college. Unfortunately, last year we didn't have any interest from females, and that was sad for us in terms of wanting to include as many females in the programme as possible. But I'm glad to say this year we've had much more interest from females as well, so there'll be much more diverse range of learners this year. The programme was a real success last year. We had 16 of the learners that you see there securing apprenticeships with employers very much, you know, sort of very quickly after the programme finished. For a lot of those learners, we had 13 learners that decided to go down a full-time route. And one of the employers that we were working with, Hockley Pattern and Tool, who you can see there on the presentation, they were so impressed with the calibre of the learners that they took 4 of our students onto an apprenticeship programme, and they all now look very much forward to an exciting career in aerospace engineering. So those are the opportunities that exist for you guys. And what we ask is that you show the right attitude to work, but also a willingness to learn, and that you do your best on the programme with attendance and timekeeping. And if you can do those things, you help us to secure you an apprenticeship. And given where we are with COVID at the moment, we do need all the help we can get to get you into apprenticeships quickly. It's not impossible to find apprenticeships right now, but you may have to bear with us. So last year we were really quick in moving people into apprenticeships. This year you may have to bear with us. You may have to join our full-time programmes whilst we continue to look for the right apprenticeship for you. But rest assured, we've got a great team. We're very close to hundreds of employers in the local area, and we will find you an apprenticeship if that's what you want to do. So before we go into any more details, let's hand over to Ian Cole now, who will give you a little bit more detail about the programme for this year, so that you know what you'll be joining in August.
Thanks, Georgina, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I thought I'd start by just saying why we feel you should choose Dudley College of Technology as your provider for your next steps. Hopefully you've all had the opportunity to visit us and see for yourself the college facilities, perhaps on an open day. I know I've certainly met some of you on our recent open days. But for those of you that haven't, we have a purpose-built manufacturing campus with industry standard equipment throughout. So as you can see from the slide there, that was first of all a £9 million investment for the college on the advanced campus in 2015 when it opened. And such was the success of that building, we were able to further extend our facilities and invest another £12 million in the Advanced 2 building, which also incorporates some modern methods of construction. But we're very proud of our facilities at Dudley College, and rightly so, and also the achievements across college with our learners. So everything in the building, or the buildings that you would be in, was designed with employers, for employers. So as Georgina just said a moment ago, we've got, I think the last time I counted, over 220 active engineering and manufacturing companies in the local area that use us for their apprentices and to upskill their staff in engineering. As I hope by now you know as well, we have the Ofsted Outstanding grade, which we're very proud of, which we received in 2017. We were the first of the last 140 colleges that were inspected to receive that award, and that's our quality kite mark, which should give you the confidence that you're going to have a good learning experience with us. As you can see on the slide also, we're one of the top colleges nationally for the number of apprentices that achieve their qualifications, and also one of the largest colleges and providers in the country in terms of the number of apprentices that we have on programme each year. And then also you can see at the bottom of that slide, we're very pleased to receive the Queen's Anniversary Prize at the end of 2019 in recognition of the impact the college had had in the local area through its technical education. Also, as you can see on the slide, and I think everybody in the area knows, we've been around since 1862. We've always been a technical college, so we'd like to think you're going to have a good experience if you choose to come to Dudley. Next slide, please, Emily. Thank you. So just starting to go into a little bit more detail than Georgina just touched on a moment ago. The Engineering and Manufacturing Academy was developed last year very much with employers to help them identify, recruit and nurture their future engineers. So we really feel that it's a perfect programme for anybody who is considering a career in engineering or manufacturing, and gives you the opportunity to give and experience real hands-on practical learning in a real manufacturing environment. We also feel it gives you the opportunity to have a competitive advantage over other people, your peers who might also be looking for apprenticeships in engineering and manufacturing. And some of the feedback we had from employers last year and throughout the programme, as Georgina said, was what they really value are young people who can demonstrate their commitment to wanting to learn engineering and manufacturing. So all that we ask of you is that you come and attend the programme, be on time. I will warn you, it is probably an earlier start than you might have been used to, and we make no apologies for that. So the programme starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and it goes through till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the reason for that is employers feel it's really important that you can get up and get into work on time, and demonstrating that commitment is one of the first things they look for. So it gives you real experience in the sense of the timetable as well. And as Georgina said, obviously these are challenging times at the moment with the coronavirus pandemic, and we have had to make some changes and adapt the model of the programme this year. But what we weren't prepared to compromise on is the practical element of the programme that we felt you needed to get to help you decide what apprenticeship or what career path you wanted to take in engineering. So during your time at college, as it says on there, you will get practical experience in a workshop environment. So there's a lot to cram in, but you will give you the chance to do some milling, some turning, some bench fitting, and be able to produce your own drawings as well. And as Georgina said, also everybody will be issued with safety boots and polo shirts. Thanks, Emily. And we feel it's important just to give you an idea of what direction your career could take from this first step on the academy. So I could potentially be planning quite a few years of your life out there if you go from the bottom of the pyramid all the way to the top. But all we're asking at this stage is for you to make that commitment of that first step of joining the Engineering and Manufacturing Academy. And then the sole intention or the real sole focus of the programme, as we've said, is to help you get into an apprenticeship. And that's very much still the focus of the programme and our efforts. But as Georgina said, we're very aware that given the current circumstances, it might take us a little longer than normal to help you find that right apprenticeship opportunity. So what we'd like to make clear tonight is there is a guaranteed place for every learner who does the Engineering and Manufacturing Academy of a full-time place on one of our engineering courses, to hopefully give you that assurance that even if we haven't been able to help you find that apprenticeship immediately or in August or September, you can still continue your learning in engineering with us, and we'll continue to work throughout that time to help you find that apprenticeship opportunity and then make that seamless transition into the apprenticeship programme. So the middle step of that pyramid, where it says the Engineering Technician Level 3 apprenticeship, that's where we want everybody to get to. And we do 5 different pathways of that apprenticeship. So depending on what role you go into a company, you would either do the machinist route, toolmaker, mechatronics maintenance, product design, or technical support. And I don't expect you to remember or know right now which of those pathways is right for you, but we feel with our employers it's important that they have that opportunity to choose the right route for you, so that they know you're going to be suitably and competently trained for a career with them. And then where we'd really like everybody, or as many people as possible, to get to is right to the top of that pyramid, where you can see you'll have the opportunity to do a degree level apprenticeship. So going all the way to the top of this pyramid is an opportunity for you to graduate with a degree in an engineering or advanced manufacturing discipline without paying a penny in tuition fees, earning a wage as you go through. And the way that we're able to offer that to you is we are currently building a Institute of Technology, the Black Country and Marches Institute of Technology, which is due to open in September 2021, and it's just at the Castlegate end of Dudley, for those of you that know the area, and that's close to a £30 million investment for the college, and everything in that building will be focused around higher level technical careers and skills. So that's potentially where you can get to. As I say, all we're asking at this stage is for you to begin your journey with us in the Engineering and Manufacturing Academy. But there is a pathway there all the way up to degree level with you. One more thing I'd just like to say on that career pathway is a career in manufacturing engineering is very attractive at the moment for a lot of people. the statistics show that on average, engineering apprentices earn double the minimum apprenticeship wage over the duration of their apprenticeship. So generally our employers invest well in their apprentices. And also as a country, we need to fill over 2.5 million engineering jobs over the next 4 years. And current statistics show there's a shortfall of around 59,000 each year. So you're potentially going to be going into a sector of the economy where employers are desperate for these skills and these young people. So you've got a great opportunity to shape a career here. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining. So just to lead on from what Ian said, really, these are some of the companies that we work with. So, you know, these are some of the companies that are looking for the next generation of engineers. We work with a lot of these companies closely as a college. Some of these employers are based in the Black Country, but we do work with employers outside of this area as well. So if obviously you're not necessarily from Dudley, that's not a problem. You know, we work with employers from all over, really. Last year we did have an opportunity where employers came in and got to see the academy learners in action, machining or doing drawings. But obviously this year it does have to be slightly different, just given the current situation. But hopefully soon you'll be able to start your journey in an apprenticeship and be employed with some of these employers as well. So this is just a quote that we wanted to share from one of our employers last year who took on one of our academy learners. So he had a really good experience, and this company is based in Smethwick. They deal with sort of pure precision. And just to reiterate, he just said, Dudley College of Technology's Engineering and Manufacturing Academy is an excellent initiative for students to develop basic skills and commit time to the course, demonstrating they want to work in this sector. We recruited an apprentice from the 2019 course and have been delighted with his progress. So that's just one quote out of a few from our employers that we wanted to share with yourselves.
Thanks, Sammy. I think probably out of everything that we're saying to you and showing you tonight, that the most important message we want to get across to you is keeping every student safe is our priority. So we've worked really hard as a college in making all the college spaces COVID safe. And that absolutely is our priority. So the impact of that this year will mean there will be smaller class sizes. So you can expect to not be in a group of any larger than 8 as a maximum, even in a very large workshop space. As you can see on the slide, there'll be one-way system operating around the college campus to minimise social distancing contact. And it means we're having to be innovative with the way that we deliver the course as well. So as I said earlier, we feel we weren't prepared to compromise on giving you the practical element of the course, but because we're having to operate in smaller class sizes, that does mean that the course will be slightly different in delivery and duration this year. So for that practical element, what that will mean for you is that part of the course this year will be for 1 week. So that will be a full week from Monday to Friday for the 8 to 4 hours that I talked about. And that will be your opportunity to be in the workshop or in the drawing classrooms doing your bench fitting and milling and turning, and still give you the opportunity to get hands-on experience. But that doesn't mean that the course is only for 1 week, because alongside that practical element, we still very much want to do other types of learning with you. So you'll get the opportunity to do some blended learning or online learning with us. So you'll get some theory delivery through remote means with online learning. And also, we'll also be delivering employability skills for you, with you. So that'll include making sure you get all the support that you need to be prepared for employment interviews and selection processes. And we'll help you produce a very strong candidate profile to make sure every employer can see your qualities and strengths. So there will be times where you won't be physically in college, but still be actively learning with us for other weeks of the programme. We've put a link there in the slide, and as Emily said right at the start, this will be available online. But I would ask if everybody could please familiarise themselves with what measures we've put in place. If you follow that link, you'll see the message and the tour from our Principal and Chief Executive, Neil Thomas, where he can show you what measures we've put in place in college at the moment and what you'll be asked to adhere to keep yourself and everybody around you safe.
Okay, good afternoon everybody. So I'm here just to tell you really that if there's anyone that wants to do this course that's got a disability or a learning need at all, then we can offer support for that and we can make sure that you are supported throughout this course. Also, if there's anyone who's got dyslexia or dyslexic traits and needs any resources or additional support with that, we can also provide that as well. And obviously with the times at the moment, I've put on there, we can provide social and emotional support because I think some people, you know, are finding things a little bit difficult at the moment. So it's just so you all know that we're here to support you, and myself and my team can support you as best we can to make sure that this is a success for you. So I've put my details on the bottom there. So if anyone's got any queries or thoughts later on, when you can see these slides, you can contact me whenever you like, and there'll be some time today. If anyone's got any questions, then please do let me know and I'll try my best to answer them.
Thanks for that, Tammy. So just kind of rounding up, ultimately the start date is the 17th of August. So that's when you'll be coming in 8 till 4 o'clock and you'll be attending the programme. What I will be doing after this event is sending out a form for you to reserve your space. So I will need all the details on that form. I will need to capture all of those details. We will also be providing PPE, which I did mention before. So you will get a polo t-shirt and you will get your boots provided for you. So I will require the sizes for that, which is also on the form. And yeah, we look forward to having you on the programme. And if you've got any questions, please let us know.
Fantastic, thanks Amy. So I hope that you found that useful. We're just going to go quickly onto the Q&A and see if there's anything that we can answer. So we've had a few questions in and I can see my colleagues now, so I'll go ahead and ask the question. So we've had one question just confirming how long will the academy run for. So if one of my colleagues wants to kind of just confirm how long this programme will be when it's running and how long we're planning to run the academy for.
Yeah, I'll pick that up, Emily. So the first stage of the programme this year is a 2-week programme. So as I mentioned, that's 1 week for the practical element. So you will either, week commencing the 17th of August, be in college for that week. And then the second week would be through online learning, where you're doing your theory-based units and your employability skills. Or it might be the other way around. So the first week of the 17th of August is your online learning week, and the second week is the week that you will come into college, which I think is week commencing the 24th. So it's just a 2-week programme in the first stage. However, as Georgina and I said in the presentation, that there is a guarantee of a place for you beyond that in September on the full-time course, which would then be following a normal college timetable from the start of September. And then when the time is right, or when we're able to fix you up with that apprenticeship programme, you would seamlessly transition and switch over from being on the college course into the apprenticeship, which is 2 days a week attendance at college, 3 days a week at work. and the apprenticeship itself is 3.5 years in duration to get qualified up to engineering technician level.
Thank you, Ian. Let's have a look. So this one, I think, is probably one for Amy to answer. And this is I'm going to ask it her anyway. It's a bit mean because it's asking her to tie herself down to a time frame. But we've had a couple of people just saying, what's the time scale in terms of them? When will they know when they've actually secured a place on the programme?
Yeah, so in terms of securing a place, what will happen is once you've returned the form to me, I'll send you something out via email just to confirm that I've received that. After that, you will be required to do an online enrolment. So normally we do face-to-face enrolments, but obviously given the current situation, things have had to change. So after that, you will be either sent out a link by myself or one of the engineering tutors who will be in touch with you about the enrolment process. Once you've enrolled successfully onto there, you will get a letter just to confirm your placement, that you have got a position on the course, and all the start details as well will be on there.
Fab, thank you very much. And again, we've had a question here just asking about travel and whether there'll be any kind of travel allowance and whether there's going to be a bus pass available if one of my colleagues want to pick that one up.
Yeah, I can pick that one up as well, Emily. So as a full-time student from September, all college students have a free bus pass. For the week that you're asked to come into college for the practical elements, unfortunately that isn't available this year, so we would ask you to either make your own arrangements to come into college for that 1 week practical, or pay for the bus for that week. But as I say, once you're a student, you do get a bus pass from September, and then also once you're an apprentice, although you don't get a free bus pass, you do have the opportunity to have a what's called 16 to 18 photo card, which means that you can continue paying child rate fares rather than having to pay full price on the bus. And that's not just coming to college, that's all week, so getting to and from work as well. Well,
thank you, Ian. And we've got a question here. I'm guessing this question is in regards to an apprenticeship, and the question is, will I get paid and how much? So I'm guessing that question is aimed at an apprenticeship. So if you just want to cover the payment and the kind of wages that can be looking at for apprenticeships.
Yeah, absolutely. So as an apprentice, once you begin employment, and the most important thing to stress there is, as an apprentice, you are employed by a company, so you're paid a wage. The minimum number of hours you would be paid for in any week is 30, but I would say more than 95% of our employers employ people for your standard sort of 37 to 40 hour working week. Currently, the national minimum wage for apprentices is £4.15 an hour. As I said earlier, it depends on the employer as to what they will pay, but on average, I think it's fair to say that in manufacturing and engineering, if not right away at the very start of your apprenticeship, but very quickly throughout, you can earn a lot more than that as you progress through the apprenticeship. So I suppose the short answer to the question is yes, absolutely, you'll get paid throughout the whole apprenticeship programme. However, you won't be paid on the engineering academy because you're not an apprentice at that stage, you're a full-time student. But as soon as you secure that apprenticeship, yes, you'll be paid a wage, and for the days that you attend college on your day release as well.
Fantastic. And then I think we've got one more question. If there are any questions that come through that we don't answer during this Q&A, just resubmit them with your name on, because it may be that they're quite specific questions, and we can come back to you personally around that one. And the last question we'll go on to is quite a good question actually, and again I think this is harking back to the health and safety element, and that's just how a lunch is going to be facilitated during the academy.
Okay, I can pick that one up as well. So every group in college will have not just their classroom or their workshop room, but a base room, and that is the room that will be allocated for you to eat in. So if you do want to buy food, you will put your order in at the start of the college day, and that food will be delivered to you in that base room. So those are the arrangements that we have in place. I think it's also important for me to stress from a safety point of view, as I said earlier, because we feel it's so important that you do this practical element of the course. For the week that you're going to be in college, the academy learners are pretty much going to be the only students, mostly around the campus. So these are quite special arrangements that we're putting in place for you. And so rest assured, we've made all the plans, including breakout time as well for morning and lunch breaks.
Fantastic, thank you, Ian. So that brings to a close the live event for this evening. I hope you've all found that really useful. I think, as just to kind of reiterate what my colleagues have said, that the whole team at the college are dedicated to making sure that you guys get the best experience during the academy, and as I say, we're still going to deliver the same quality content, just in a slightly different way. I'm sure you've all got Ami's details, but just in case you haven't, Ami Core, or Annie Core, is the lady that you've all been dealing with. As I say, this stream is being recorded and will be available on the college website probably in a couple of days' time, so feel free to kind of revisit it. And I say, any questions you've got, you can always address them to Annie, who I know you've all got her contact details. And we very much look forward to meeting you all at the college, sort of virtually or literally, in August. So take care, and we hope to see you very soon.